northern areas of Port Elizabeth has been historically neglected and has been plagued with societal problems such as poverty, crime, gangsterism and unemployment. The Northern Arts Festival, however, has begun to turn the tide in the northern areas and has had a major impact on the community. Join us on this journey as we discover how the community has changed over the years.
I started listening to music in church. I was cleaning the instruments, and eventually I got a desire just to play the guitar. And I never had anybody who formally taught me music around about that time, so it was very difficult for me to actually learn the guitar, and I had to make use of the radio.
We used to do a lot of talent shows and plays and school productions, all the small things, but like the little exposure that you got. And then, and then we found the Northern Arts Festival, and we did an audition for competition, Rising with the Stars, I think it was.
Sky is the limit.
Sky is the limit. And then, from there we won second place at that competition, and from there we got major exposure, and our career just hit off after that.
I think the Northern Arts Festival actually gave artists the ability to perform once and reach where they normally would have to perform at 10 gigs. They could now reach that amount of people in just one performance. So it gave you that chance to reach people that you couldn't or wouldn't normally have actually connected with.
Before the Northern Arts Festival, you sing and people say you're amazing and you're great, and you get audiences of 10 people, 100, 500 people. And then the Northern Arts Festival happens and it just increases by figures that you don't imagine, 10,000 people, there's 60,000 people and they're watching me. They are there for me. So that has been absolutely amazing.
I mean, I was so nervous being on stage because I'd never been on a platform of that caliber before. And I just want to say thank you to Aero for introducing me to the Northern Arts Festival. From that standpoint, I met Billy Paulson, who discovered my talent. And the rest was history. Every year I've been invited back to the Northern Arts Festival.
The crowd or the audience or supporters that we've actually gained from the festival, we could now actually stand on our own feet and put up our own productions. That's almost, I'd say 90% of the time sold out.
It's great performing at the festival. You get exposed to so much. The artists that you share stage with. I mean, for any local artist, it's all about profile and building up that profile. So I would say that the Northern Arts Festival has allowed and given opportunity to a lot of artists to even just start to create that profile.
I think from there was a huge demand for my music to come out. People were asking me about, when are you releasing your album? We want to hear your own music, not just playing cover songs all the time.
When Billy came to speak to me about the logo the first time, it wasn't so much about a logo, it was about an idea, it was about a concept, it was about a feeling, it was about a passion. And that was the elements of the logo that we had to capture, the feeling of hope.
I met Uncle Billy Paulson. Actually went to his office looking for a job. Then he told me that he doesn't have a job for me, but I actually forced him. I went there every day, and eventually he gave in and said, okay, I can help out in the office. But since I was driving that time, Uncle Billy said there's no way I can drive at the festival since I don't even have a driver's license. And that is how everything started. He assisted me. He actually paid for me to go for a driver's license, learner's license, and then I was driving the artist for him at the festival. Kuka Program Development approached me, offering me a job at Kuka. Since I don't even have matric, they asked me to run a program for them. In Wolomo, I trained about 400 unemployed people to get a learner's license. And I started my own business, started my own driving school. I'm getting funds from a guy in Joburg.
I think at the heart of what inspired me to get involved is the word community. To me, the Northern Arts is about community, and to just be involved to help build community. The Northern Arts is a good catalyst for that. And that sort of become the inspiration. And also, obviously, you want to expand yourself in using your talents and your gifts.
I've taken on a baton that was handed to me from Pastor Hilton. You understand what I'm saying? I've taken on a baton because he's now more focused on the volunteer side of the event, to build up the volunteers. That is his line of duty now at the moment. So I've taken on a good baton from him.
I see myself as where there's a need. I fell in when the stage manager is busy and I notice something is about to happen, I'll try and fill those gaps. And so I pick up the slack when it arises.
The volunteers are being trained, especially the younger ones. We teach them values. We teach them the importance of work, and that everything is important, how to serve. Because the volunteers being the backbone of the festival, they must learn, what the importance of work is and the value in doing that, and also how to serve people. So we do character training, we do value training, we give them basic skills.
Where I am in my stage of life, I only do stuff that I love doing and I enjoy doing. Hence, some people call me a professional volunteer.
Through the arts festival, you're able to harness the heritage of an area. You're able to harness the potential of the people in that area. And if that is harnessed, then you bring people to come and enjoy it and feel it. And really, it becomes, call it a tourism attraction, but it also becomes a magnet for people to start to exchange culturally. So we really hope it can then grow in that space and really build social cohesion in Nelson Mandela Bay. Let people build bridges, understand cultures, different cultures.
We as a media company are always looking for talent, and this showcases talent. It's also a platform for us to possibly have the talent that we have to be showcased at the festival, but it's a symbiotic relationship, and we as Kingfisher FM would always promote Northern Arts Festival. It's about lifting community. It's about regionally targeting that particular area and trying to uplift that. So if we as the community of interest Christian radio station can actually have some kind of input into that, it not only fulfills our mandate, but it speaks to the soul as well. And if we're doing something more than just doing radio, it's great for us as well to build community.
It's newsworthy, but it's more than that. It's an actual festival that actually speaks to the plight that our communities find themselves in, and really assist in making sure that young people's dreams within communities are actually realized by giving them such a platform.
I was driven by Billy's passion for this, and I know Billy and I go back a few years, and the manner in which he drives it, his passion for this, his love for this. And when he first came to see me about it and said, listen, this is his plan, as you know, Billy always has this incredible way of describing what he wants to do. And I said, Billy, that's something we'd like to get involved in. And a lot of our folk that work here come from the northern areas. We have 3 stores in those areas, with 3 retailers are from that area. The fact that it's all about the arts and the culture, I think it's something that kind of gets lost. Especially in the northern areas, while the other areas are well taken care of. So it did resonate with us.
One thing that comes to my mind is that your labor shall not be in vain. It's the one thing. And when the festival is finished and everybody packs up, I said, I'm looking forward to the next year.
From our side, really, when the Northern Arts Festival takes place over that weekend, there is really a decrease in crime, and at the event itself. At the event itself, there's for the past years, we can proudly say that it was a crime-free event. No incidents took place in and around the event itself and in and around the suburbs attached to where the event took place.
I feel we can do more by investing more into people's lives, creating better opportunities.
First thing that I would like to see is for it to get bigger, but without it just getting bigger as an arts festival, for it to perhaps get deeper. And when I say deeper, to get deeper into community, to make a meaningful contribution to community, but also get bigger in the way of attracting more talent, bigger talent, so that the association between community and sort of national talent is combined.
My hopes and dreams for the festival is that it can do for others that it has actually done for us. To actually take young artists from the northern areas and actually expose them in their area, and from that grow outwards, because that's what it did for us. So my hopes and dreams is that it can do the same for other up-and-coming artists.
Grow bigger and give sponsors, get sponsors for the festival to grow bigger, because the festival is not only changing artists, it's changing people like me as well.
To groom more local artists, to give exposure to more local artists, and not just that, but to actually bring the rest of the world to Port Elizabeth.